Okay, so a lot of people have probably already stopped talking about this by now, but it's something that lingers on with me, and that is leadership or lack thereof of leadership in sports for young men. It could be in anything, young women, but for young men, I see this, it's a repeated process that happens all the time, right? So where do we start? Where do we start? Recently in the news, again, we had a young man from LSU, Kyron Lacey. Don't know him. This is just from the news. And first and foremost, I want to wish condolences to his family and also to the family of the life that was lost. Okay, so condolences goes out to you guys. This video is just, this is one where I just want to talk a little bit about leadership. I want to talk a little bit about mentorship. And I want to talk about what happens, okay? Because sometimes when I sit down, and it's going to happen this year in the NFL draft. So NFL draft 2025 is coming up on Thursday, right? And this is what you're going to see. You're going to see young men with multiple chains, blinged out, flashed out, all kinds of things, right? Because this is what society is telling them that they should look like, because you are going into being a multimillionaire. And because you're going into being a multimillionaire, this is how you should look. This is what society is teaching us. Where does this start with the young men? Does this start in like when they're 5 years old? I mean, is this a family thing? I have two daughters, so I don't know, but my brother has a son, right? But where does it start? Where do we go wrong? Where do we go off the rails? That, and bear with me a little bit because I'm a little under the weather with allergies, all kinds of stuff going on. But anyway, where do we go wrong in society that young men believe that they have to be flashy in order to be, accepted by the world? Okay. And so it's really tough. It's going to be tough on our our young girls. I have two daughters, right? And if I see a young man that is not up to par for my daughter, now it's going to be her decision, right? It's going to be her decision. But she knows at this point the type of young man she's looking for, and the pool is small. The pool is small for her, right? Because we're looking for someone that looks to God first, right? Then we're looking for someone that is going to be hardworking, someone that is going to be loving, someone that's not going to be out here trying to cheat on her, someone that's, you know what I'm saying? So there are things in place that she's looking for, and the pool is small. So where do we start with our young men that we stop staring them along? Now let me get back to what I was talking about with Kyron Lacey. The young man, I don't know him. This is purely based off of what I'm seeing online. I'm sure he was a great young man, and I know he was. Okay? And I'm not saying anything about his parents because I don't know his parents. I don't know his upbringing. I don't know anything about him. However, this is a sad, sad situation. And the situation is sad because, you go from, and look, he was 24 years old. When I was 19, look, I was speeding too. Now, I didn't have like a Charger or anything. I had like uh, a little Nissan car that could only go so fast, but I was still speeding. And it could have easily have been me that had killed somebody in vehicular homicide. But it comes to the point where now you're going to have to face up to your responsibilities. And that is tough when you have to face up to your responsibilities. Yeah, it's tough. And then on top of that, feeling hopeless, NFL draft stripped away from you, very, very top prospect, going to go on to do great things. And because that was stripped away, he felt hopeless. And another thing is, we wrap ourselves up too much into sports to where it's our life for our kids, right? I spent thousands and thousands of dollars with my daughter. She's a D1 volleyball player right now. I spent thousands of dollars on her. But I don't want her identity to be volleyball. Right now, I can see her identity is volleyball, and I'm trying to get her to realize other things in life other than volleyball. Okay? So, what do we do? We have to continue to mentor. We have to continue to lead. We have to continue to want to be involved in our kids' lives. We can't let them make decisions. We got to hold them accountable. I don't care how old you are. I don't care what decisions you're making. I'm going to be watching. And I need to hold you accountable, because that's the only way we as parents are going to keep our kids where they need to be. Now, young men, look, this is tough. This is a cruel world. Cruel world. And what I'm gonna tell you is, if you don't have a relationship with Jesus, right? If you don't have that relationship, you need to formulate a relationship with Jesus. Okay? Because without him, you're off the vine. You're not growing. We need more male leadership. We need more responsible male leadership. Instead of them seeing people that are on the streets, people that are doing things, people trying to be thugs. Look at the kid from, what's the team name? John Morant. Look at him. Has everything laid out for him. Everything laid out for him. And what is he doing? Are they doing gang? I'm not saying he's doing gang size, but out there, just acting up. And guess what? He wasn't brought up like that. The influences that you have, are you around certain people, the influences that you have are going to influence you. If they are consistently around you, they're going to influence you. And this is what I tell my daughter all the time. I tell her, look, the people that you hang around are going to be the people that influence you. And she's been making some great decisions, and I'm really, really proud of her. So back to the young men. Leadership, mentorship is missing. If you're an older gentleman and you are around young men in their 20s, in their teens, even going down earlier than that, if you are there and you have the ability to mentor some kids, do it. Do it. Instill positivity in their life. Start a Bible study. Start a men's group. Start something that can help these young men grow, be respectful, and be future husbands that us as girl dads can be proud of, right? This is not easy. This world is not easy, and it's going to chew you up and spit you out. But we have to, I want you guys to watch the 2025 NFL draft. And what are we going to glorify? We're going to glorify chains and rings, and we're going to glorify suits, and we're going to glorify all kinds of other things. You don't have to be flashy, okay, to be respectful. You don't have to be flashy. That is superficial. Those things are going to die off and wither off and dry up. It's just things. What's the big deal? But when you grow up in that environment where things are glorified, cars, jewelry, music, that's not giving the right message, so what's going to happen? What do you think is going to happen? That's what you're going to grow up idolizing. And then when you get money, that's what you're going to do. I want you guys to make sure that you find someone that can manage your finances, because a lot of you are going to get robbed by people that don't have the best intentions for you. So really, this video was just to share that we have to do better with leadership and mentorship for our young men, because our young men are eventually going to be husbands to our daughters that are girl dads. And I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to scrutinize who you are. I'm not going to belittle you, but I want to make sure that you're God-fearing. I want to make sure that you're a leader. I want to make sure that you're a hard worker. And I want to make sure that you can take care of my daughter with respect. And those are the things that we need to teach our young men, so they don't end up in prison or dead. See you on the next video.